The stars had always beckoned humanity, but no one expected first contact to happen during a routine mining operation near Mars. Tom Miller, a veteran space miner with 20 years of experience, was the first human to spot the alien warship emerging from what appeared to be a tear in space itself. The vessel was massive, at least 3 times the size of Earth's largest space carrier. Its hull gleamed with an otherworldly purple sheen that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. As Tom watched from his mining vessel's viewport, more ships appeared through similar spatial tears until 7 of them hung in the space between Mars and Earth. Earth's Unified Defense Command received Tom's emergency transmission within minutes. Admiral James Baker, a decorated officer who had led Earth's forces during the resource wars of 2157, immediately recognized the gravity of the situation. This wasn't a peaceful first contact. The alien vessel's weapon systems were clearly visible and powered up. All Earth defense stations, this is not a drill, Baker's voice rang through every military channel in the solar system. First Contact Protocol 7 is now in effect. All civilian vessels are to retreat to the nearest safe harbor immediately. The aliens didn't wait for humanity to prepare. Their first attack came swiftly and without warning. A barrage of energy weapons that turned 3 orbital defense stations around Mars into expanding clouds of debris. Their message, transmitted in perfectly translated English, was simple: your species has been chosen for integration into the stellar empire. Resistance will result in planetary bombardment. You have 1 Earth hour to surrender. What the aliens couldn't know, was that humanity had been preparing for this moment for over a century. Ever since the discovery of the ancient ruins on Mars in 2089, Earth's governments had secretly united under a single military command, developing technologies and strategies specifically designed to combat advanced alien civilizations. Deep beneath the lunar surface, in a facility unknown even to most of Earth's military, Dr. Anna White and her team activated Project Phoenix, humanity's ultimate defensive weapon. The product of reverse-engineered Martian technology combined with human ingenuity, Phoenix was a network of quantum-linked satellites capable of generating an energy field that could theoretically disable any known form of faster-than-light travel. Project Phoenix is online, Dr. White reported, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment. Shield coverage at 98% and rising. Timer shows 47 minutes until the aliens' deadline. Admiral Baker stood in Earth's Central Command, watching as humanity's forces took their positions. The strategy they were about to employ had been simulated thousands of times, refined through decades of preparation. It was based on a simple principle: the best way to fight a technologically superior force was to change the rules of engagement entirely. All units, prepare to execute Operation Trojan Horse, Baker ordered. Remember your training. Remember Mars. Today, we show these aliens that they picked the wrong species to underestimate. As the countdown continued, thousands of smaller vessels, each carrying a mix of human soldiers and autonomous combat systems, moved into position behind Earth's moon. They weren't trying to hide, they wanted the aliens to see them, to focus on what appeared to be humanity's main defensive force. The Real Surprise waited in the asteroid belt, where hundreds of mining ships like Tom's had been quietly moving into position over the past hour. Each vessel had been modified years ago, equipped with specialized electromagnetic pulse devices designed to work in concert with Project Phoenix. The aliens, confident in their superior technology in numbers, continued their approach toward Earth. Their massive ships moved with precision, spreading out to create a perfect attack formation. They had conquered dozens of civilizations this way, and they expected this one to be no different. They were about to learn a harsh lesson about humanity's capacity for warfare. With just 5 minutes remaining until the aliens' deadline, Admiral Baker gave the signal. Project Phoenix activated with a surge of power that rippled through space itself. The alien ship sensors detected nothing at first. The quantum field was invisible to their technology, just as humanity's scientists had predicted. The first sign that something was wrong came when the alien flagship attempted to reposition itself. Its engines flared but produced no movement. Across their fleet, commanders discovered their faster-than-light systems had completely failed. They were trapped in normal space, exactly as humanity had planned. Now, Baker's command echoed through the communication channels. The trap was sprung. Tom Miller, along with hundreds of other mining vessel pilots, activated their ship's hidden weapons systems. The modified mining vessels had been specifically designed to look harmless, until they revealed their true nature. Powerful electromagnetic pulses, refined from technology found in the Martian ruins, burst forth from the mining fleet. The alien ship's shields, designed to stop energy weapons and physical projectiles, did nothing against this unexpected attack. Their advanced systems began failing one by one as the electromagnetic storm washed over their vessels. Lights flickered, weapons powered down, and communication systems went dark. The aliens weren't helpless, though. Their backup systems kicked in quickly, and they began returning fire with conventional weapons. Space lit up with energy beams and projectiles as they targeted the mining fleet. Several human ships erupted in flames, their crews making the ultimate sacrifice for Earth's defense. But this, too, was part of the plan. While the aliens focused on the immediate threat from the mining vessels, Earth's main fleet emerged from behind the moon. Leading the charge was the EDS Vengeance, humanity's first true warship built with reverse-engineered alien technology. At its helm stood Captain Robert Stone, a veteran of countless space combat simulations designed specifically for this moment. "All ships, execute attack pattern Delta," Stone commanded. "Remember your training. These aliens think they know war, let's show them how humans fight." The human fleet split into 3 groups, executing maneuvers that would have been impossible just a decade ago. The aliens had expected primitive spacecraft, not vessels capable of matching their agility. Humanity's ships danced through space, using the disabled alien vessels as cover while launching precisely targeted strikes at key systems. Dr. White monitored the battle from her lunar command center, coordinating Project Phoenix's effects to create pockets of normal space where human ships could operate at full efficiency. "Admiral, the alien fleet's power signatures are dropping across the board. The EMP attacks are working." The alien commander, realizing the gravity of their situation, attempted to rally their forces. Their remaining operational ships formed a defensive sphere, a traditional formation that had served them well in countless conquests. But humanity had studied alien combat tactics for years, analyzing patterns and developing counters. "Predictable," Admiral Baker muttered. "Execute Operation Hammer and Anvil." From the asteroid belt emerged humanity's secret weapon, automated drone swarms. Thousands of small, agile robots, each armed with shaped charges designed to penetrate alien hull material. The aliens' point defense systems, already strained by the ongoing battle, couldn't track the countless small targets effectively. The drones struck like a tsunami of metal and explosives, overwhelming the alien defenses through sheer numbers. Where they hit, they burned through hull plating and delivered their deadly payloads directly to critical systems. 3 alien vessels fell in the first wave alone, their mighty shields useless against this unconventional attack. Meanwhile, the human fleet pressed their advantage. Captain Stone's squadron executed a series of coordinated strikes that separated 2 alien ships from their formation. The precision of the attack surprised the aliens. Humans weren't supposed to be this organized, this efficient. "This is Admiral Baker to all Earth forces," Baker's voice carried pride and determination. "Push forward. Show them what happens when they threaten our home." The battle reached its turning point when the alien flagship, still struggling with failing systems, attempted to launch its fighter craft. The launch bays opened, exposing the vessel's interior to space, and to the waiting human forces. Captain Stone seized the opportunity immediately. "All ships, concentrate. Fire on those launch bays. don't let a single fighter deploy. The coordinated barrage caught the alien flagship at its most vulnerable moment. Secondary explosions rippled through the massive vessel as human weapons found their mark. The sight of their flagship burning seemed to shock the remaining alien ships, their formation faltering for the first time. Tom Miller, his mining vessel's EMP systems still functioning despite taking heavy damage, led a final charge against the weakened alien line. For Earth, he broadcast on all frequencies, and dozens of mining ships followed his lead. They weaved through the chaos of battle, launching their remaining electromagnetic pulses at point-blank range. The aliens had never encountered an enemy willing to sacrifice themselves so readily for victory. They had no protocol for dealing with ships that deliberately rammed their vessels while unleashing devastating electronic attacks. Their rigid command structure, already strained by the loss of their flagship, began to crumble. As the battle entered its final phase, humanity's true strength became clear, not just in technology or tactics, but in the indomitable spirit of its warriors. Where the aliens fought according to predetermined protocols, humans adapted and improvised. Where alien ships retreated when damaged, human crews pressed on despite their injuries. The victory over the initial alien invasion force sent shockwaves through the stellar empire. For the first time in their 1,000-year history of conquest, a primitive species had not only resisted but decisively defeated one of their fleets. The Empire's high command was furious, and their response would be devastating. 2 weeks after the battle, Earth's long-range sensors detected massive spatial distortions. This time, it wasn't just a fleet, it was an armada. Over 30 capital ships emerged, accompanied by hundreds of smaller vessels. At their center was a ship that dwarfed even their previous flagship, the Emperor's personal warship, the Void Sovereign. Admiral Baker stood in Earth's Central Command, studying the tactical displays with grim determination. "They're not underestimating us this time," he noted. "Dr. White, what's the status of Project Phoenix?" "Not good," Dr. White's hologram flickered as she reported from the lunar base. "The system wasn't designed to handle this many ships. If we try to trap them all, we'll burn out the entire network within minutes." The alien commander's message was broadcast across all frequencies: "Humans, you have impressed us with your cunning and strength. But now you face the full might of the Stellar Empire. Surrender, and we will grant you the honor of serving as our elite shock troops. Resist, and we will reduce your cities to ash." Baker's response was immediate: "This is Admiral Baker of Earth Defense Command. Your empire has never faced humanity in a real war. You're about to learn why that was a mistake." The second battle for Earth began differently than the first. The aliens, having learned from their previous defeat, attacked with overwhelming force. Their energy weapons carved through space, targeting Earth's orbital defense platforms and military installations. The sheer volume of fire was unlike anything humanity had prepared for. But humans had been busy in the 2 weeks since the first battle. The wrecks of the defeated alien ships had provided invaluable data, and Earth's scientists had worked around the clock to adapt their technology. Dr. White's team had made a crucial breakthrough in understanding the aliens' shield frequencies. "All ships, switch to frequency-matching torpedoes," Baker ordered. "Target their shield generators first. Time to show them our latest trick." The human fleet, now bolstered by hastily refitted vessels incorporating alien technology, engaged the massive enemy force. The new torpedoes, designed to match and penetrate alien shield frequencies, proved devastatingly effective. Several enemy ships lost their shields in the opening salvos, leaving them vulnerable to conventional weapons. But the aliens had adapted too. Their fighters now carried EMP-hardened systems, rendering them immune to the mining ships' electronic warfare. The space around Earth became a graveyard as ships from both sides were destroyed in the fierce combat. Captain Stone, now commanding the advanced destroyer EDS Defiant, led a desperate attack on the Void Sovereign itself. "All ships in Strike Group Alpha, form up on me. We're going to punch right through their screen. The human vessels executed a maneuver that would have been considered suicidal in any other circumstance. They flew directly into the teeth of the alien fleet's fire, using the chaos of battle as cover. The aliens, expecting humans to fight conservatively after their earlier victory, were caught off guard by this aggressive tactics. Meanwhile, deep within Earth's atmosphere, humanity unveiled its newest weapon. Massive railgun installations, built in secret over the past decade, began launching special projectiles into space. These weren't simple kinetic rounds, they were autonomous hunter-killer drones, designed to seek out and destroy alien ships from the inside. The Emperor, watching from the bridge of the Void Sovereign, witnessed something unprecedented. The human forces weren't fighting like a species defending itself from extinction, they were fighting like predators. Every retreat was a feint, every apparent weakness a trap. The humans had turned space itself into a weapon. Tom Miller, having survived the first battle, now commanded a squadron of modified mining vessels. His years of experience navigating asteroid fields proved invaluable as he led his ships through the debris-filled battlefield. Remember folks, they may have numbers, but we have something better, we're fighting for our homes. The battle reached a critical point when 3 human ships, already heavily damaged, deliberately collided with one of the alien fleet's ammunition carriers. The resulting explosion created a chain reaction that damaged several nearby enemy vessels. The aliens had never encountered an enemy willing to sacrifice themselves so readily for tactical advantage. Dr. White, monitoring the battle from her lunar command center, made a critical discovery. Admiral, their command and control systems operate on a hierarchical network. If we can disrupt the Void Sovereign's communications, we might be able to throw their entire fleet into chaos. This information led to a daring plan. While the main battle raged, a small team of stealth ships, their hulls coated with radiation-absorbing materials, slipped through the chaos. Their mission was to get close enough to the Void Sovereign to deploy a new weapon, a quantum interference device that would disrupt the aliens' entire command network. The Emperor, sensing the tide of battle shifting, ordered his fleet to prepare their ultimate weapon, a gravitational collapse device capable of creating an artificial black hole. If they couldn't have Earth, they would destroy it entirely. But this decision revealed something crucial about the aliens: they still didn't understand human nature. As the device powered up, Baker smiled grimly. They still think we didn't plan for this. Execute Operation Dead Hand. Suddenly, hundreds of hidden weapons platforms emerged from camouflaged positions in Earth's debris field. These platforms, another product of reverse-engineered Martian technology, had been humanity's last resort weapon. They generated a specific frequency that interfered with the artificial gravity fields the aliens relied upon for their most powerful weapons. The Emperor watched in disbelief as the gravitational collapse device failed to activate. Centuries of imperial dominance had never prepared them for this level of resistance. But the true shock came when Earth's hidden platforms began their assault, their energy beams cutting through the supposedly impenetrable imperial shields like they weren't even there. Impossible, the Emperor's voice thundered through the command deck. How could these primitives have developed countermeasures to technology they've never encountered? The answer came in the form of a transmission from Admiral Baker: "You assumed we were primitive because we hadn't spread beyond our solar system. The truth is, we weren't expanding, we were preparing. The Martian ruins told us everything we needed to know about your empire's technology. We've spent decades getting ready for this day." The stealth ships, now in position near the Void Sovereign, activated their quantum interference devices. The effect was immediate and devastating. The carefully coordinated alien fleet suddenly found itself unable to receive orders or coordinate their movements. Ships began colliding with each other as their formation broke down. Captain Stone seized the opportunity. "All ships, concentrate fire on their command and control nodes. Don't let them re-establish communications. The human fleet struck with precision born from years of training. Every shot counted, every maneuver had purpose. The aliens, accustomed to fighting as a unified force, found themselves fragmented and isolated. Individual ship commanders had to make decisions on their own, something their rigid military structure had never prepared them for. Deep in the Lunar Command Center, Dr. White made another breakthrough. "Admiral, we're detecting unusual energy readings from the Void Sovereign. They're trying to bring their secondary command systems online, but it's creating a vulnerability in their power grid." Tom Miller, who had positioned his mining ships near the massive Imperial vessel, recognized the opportunity. "All mining vessels, form up. We're going to hit them with everything we've got." One synchronized EMP burst, right at their power distribution hub. The mining ships, originally designed for breaking up asteroids, now proved their worth in ways their designers never imagined. The combined electromagnetic pulse hit the Void Sovereign just as it was rerouting power to its backup systems. The result was catastrophic for the alien flagship. Secondary explosions rippled through the massive ship as power conduits overloaded. The Emperor's personal guard rushed to evacuate their leader as entire sections of the vessel began losing atmosphere. But the Empire's troubles were only beginning. Admiral Baker had kept one final card in reserve. "Launch the AI swarms," he commanded. "Let's show them why humanity never puts all its eggs in one basket." Thousands of small, highly advanced drones emerged from hidden bases across the solar system. Unlike the previous drone attack, these weren't simple hunter-killers. They were equipped with advanced artificial intelligence, capable of learning and adapting to alien countermeasures in real time. The Emperor, watching from an escape pod, witnessed something unprecedented in Imperial history. The human drones weren't just attacking, they were evolving their tactics with each passing moment. When the aliens adapted their defenses, the drones immediately developed new attack patterns. "This is why we survive," Baker's voice carried across all frequencies. "We don't just prepare for the battles we expect, we prepare for everything. Every failure teaches us, every setback makes us stronger. We turned our entire solar system into a weapon, just waiting for the day you'd arrive." The battle reached its climax as the human fleet executed a maneuver that would be studied in military academies for centuries to come. While the AI swarms kept the alien fleet distracted, Earth's warships split into precisely coordinated groups. Each group targeted a specific class of alien vessel, using tactics specifically designed to exploit their weaknesses. Dr. White's voice crackled over the command channel. "Admiral, the quantum interference is reaching critical levels. Their entire command structure is collapsing." The alien fleet, for the first time in its history, began to retreat in disarray. Ships disappeared into spatial tiers, fleeing back to Imperial space. The Emperor's escape pod, surrounded by what remained of their personal guard, was among the last to leave. But humanity wasn't finished. As the alien fleet retreated, they triggered their final surprise. Hidden antimatter mines, disguised as debris from the earlier fighting, activated. Dozens of Imperial ships were caught in the explosions, their fancy propulsion systems overloading as they tried to escape. Tom Miller, his mining ship badly damaged but still functional, watched the retreat with grim satisfaction. "They came expecting to find primitives," he broadcasted to his fellow pilots. "Instead, they found humanity at its finest, prepared, united, and absolutely determined to survive." The aftermath of the battle revealed the true scale of humanity's victory. Not only had they defeated the Empire's elite fleet, but they had also captured several intact alien vessels. The technology aboard these ships would accelerate Earth's development by centuries. Admiral Baker stood in the command center, looking at the tactical display showing the retreating alien forces. "Send a message to all Earth forces," he ordered. "The battle is won, but the war is just beginning. The Empire won't forget this defeat, they'll be back, and next time they'll bring everything they have." Dr. White's hologram nodded in agreement. Then we'll be ready for them. The data we've gathered from this battle alone will help us develop even better defenses. Plus, we now have proof that our theories about their technology were correct. Captain Stone, his ship damaged but victorious, added his own thoughts to the discussion. They made a fundamental mistake in how they viewed us. They saw our limited expansion as a sign of weakness, never considering it might be a deliberate choice. We weren't trapped in our solar system, we were fortifying it. 1 month after the Great Battle, Earth had changed dramatically. The skies above every major city now featured the silhouettes of captured alien vessels being studied and reverse-engineered. Humanity had not only survived its first interstellar war, it had emerged stronger. Admiral Baker stood in the newly constructed Earth Defense Headquarters, built deep within the Rocky Mountains. The facility incorporated both human and alien technology, a symbol of humanity's rapid advancement. On the main display, hundreds of dots showed new defense installations being constructed throughout the solar system. The Empire's defeat has given us something invaluable, Baker addressed the gathered military leaders from around the world. Time. But we must use it wisely. The Emperor won't accept this humiliation, they'll return with everything they have. Dr. White, now heading the newly formed Xenotechnology Division, stepped forward to present her findings. Analysis of the captured vessels has confirmed our theories. The Empire's technological advantage wasn't as absolute as they believed. They've been relying on the same basic designs for centuries, making only minimal improvements. They stopped innovating because they never needed to, until they met us. Tom Miller, promoted to commander after his crucial role in the battle, shared insights from the mining fleet's perspective. We've already begun modifying our entire mining operation to serve a dual purpose. Every asteroid belt in the system is being turned into a defensive network. If they want another fight, they'll have to work for it. But humanity's greatest advantage wasn't in the technology they'd captured, it was in what they'd learned about their enemy. The Empire's rigid hierarchy, their predictable tactics, their inability to adapt quickly to new situations, these were weaknesses that humans could exploit. Captain Stone, now Admiral Stone after his promotion, presented the next phase of Earth's strategy. We're not going to wait for them to come back, he announced, pulling up a holographic map of nearby star systems. The Empire's attack gave us something they never intended, the coordinates of their primary military installations, extracted from their navigation data. The room fell silent as the implications became clear. Humanity wasn't planning to just defend, they were preparing to take the fight to the enemy. The map showed dozens of potential targets, each representing an opportunity to weaken the Empire before they could mount another large-scale attack. Our biggest advantage, Admiral Baker continued, is that they still don't understand how we think. The Emperor believes we'll fortify our system and wait, because that's what their other conquered species did. They don't realize that humanity has a different approach to warfare. Dr. White's team had made another crucial discovery. The Martian ruins weren't just a warning about the Empire, she explained, bringing up images of ancient texts. They were a guide. The Martians fought the Empire too, but they fought alone. They left us these records so we could learn from their mistakes, and we have. The next phase of humanity's plan was already in motion. Small stealth ships, incorporating the best of human and alien technology, were being dispatched to nearby star systems. Their mission wasn't just reconnaissance, they were making contact with other species that had been conquered by the Empire. The Empire's greatest weakness, Baker explained, is their belief in their own superiority. They've spent centuries treating their subject species as inferior, never imagining they might one day unite against them. We're going to change that. Tom Miller had been assigned to lead one of these diplomatic missions. His experience dealing with the practical aspects of space operations made him ideal for teaching other species how to resist. The Empire gave us their entire playbook during the battle, he noted. Now we can share those weaknesses with everyone they've oppressed. The gathered leaders watched as another display showed the status of Project Phoenix's expansion. The quantum field technology that had proven so effective was being modified and improved. Soon, humanity would be able to deny faster-than-light travel to the Empire across entire sectors of space. But our greatest weapon, Admiral Stone emphasized, isn't our technology or our tactics. It's our diversity of thought, our ability to adapt and innovate. The Empire has spent centuries fighting the same way against enemies who always react the same way. They have no concept of how to handle an opponent who changes and evolves. The evidence of humanity's rapid evolution was everywhere. Shipyards that had once built simple space freighters were now producing advanced warships. Universities across the globe had incorporated alien technology into their research, leading to breakthroughs in physics, medicine, and dozens of other fields. The Empire thought they were starting a war of conquest, Baker concluded, but they've actually started something much more dangerous, a revolution. They wanted to make humanity submit. Instead, they've given us the tools and motivation to reshape the galaxy. The final pieces of Earth's new defensive network were falling into place. Automated factories on Mars were producing AI-controlled defender drones by the thousands. The asteroid belt had been transformed into a vast minefield that could be activated at a moment's notice. Jupiter's moons hosted antimatter production facilities that would ensure Earth's fleet would never lack for power. Dr. White's final presentation showed the true scale of humanity's advancement. In just 1 month, we've achieved what took the Empire centuries. Not because we're inherently better, but because we had to. Necessity driven by survival has always been humanity's greatest teacher. The meeting concluded with the activation of the new Galactic Defense Grid, a network of satellites and sensors that would give humanity early warning of any approaching threat. But unlike the Empire's rigid and centralized command structure, Earth's defenses were designed to be flexible and autonomous, capable of operating even if key components were destroyed. The Empire thought they understood war. Admiral Baker's final words resonated through the chamber. They thought it was about superior technology, overwhelming force, and unquestioning obedience. We've shown them that real warfare is about innovation, adaptation, and the indomitable will to survive. They came to teach us our place in the galaxy. Instead, we're going to teach them why humanity has survived everything our own world has thrown at us. As the leaders dispersed to their various commands, the stars above Earth seemed different than they had just a month ago. They were no longer just distant lights representing humanity's potential future. They had become beacons of opportunity, each one a chance to ensure that humanity would never again be seen as an easy target for conquest.